So there's the Bengali Thundercats. The hammer, you don't see that complete every single day. Almost bottom, but he's cracked. Got a cracked foot at the bottom, unfortunately. So close. I used to rent these at the video store as a kid. I do owe him a bit of an apology because I bought all the good stuff before he came in. He's being pulled away by a child.
Just like every other vendor at a toy show?
And just like every toy show we've ever been to together.
Yeah.
Now it's early, but it's never too early for toy shopping, so I'm fixing to get inside and see what I can find today. The BC Vintage to Modern Toy Expo is an event that takes place in Cloverdale, not too far from where I live, and the organizers are usually antique showrunners and not necessarily toy showrunners, but they've been dabbling in toys over the past number of years, and they got a good start before the pandemic, and post-pandemic they've been trying to get this show going again, so it'll be interesting to see what this event has to offer. So we're here at what's called the Agroplex, not too far from Vancouver. It's a bit early, so may as well go in and start the setup process. So this is the vendor setup here. We haven't opened to the public yet at the time of this filming, but if you look, it goes pretty far. So they weren't able to fill up the back of the room here, but this is the first time they've done this specific toy show in this building. It used to be in a smaller building, but what this tells me is that there's room for expansion. There's actually an antique show that takes place the day before the toy show, and they end up renting out the building for the whole weekend. So my understanding is with the antique show, they filled up the back here, but with the toy show, that's still expanding and hopefully rapidly expanding, and hopefully we see some more growth. So here's the booth. Me and my friends set up yet again. You can see how it all wraps around. Got the Jetfire there, which belongs to my buddy. Let's see who wants that. And get towards some vintage stuff there. Get just a little bit in the way of Dino Riders, loose without any armor. And of course we've got the Delta 17 set up here at the end. Getting a closer look at the shelves behind the booth here. See some boxed Transformers and some other stuff. Got some G.I. Joe Classified, a few other odds and ends over here. My buddy Rick shows up to save the day with some G.I. Joe Classified items here, making him reach for the higher shelf that I can't reach. Now, this show isn't as big as some of the other shows that I've done some tours of, but having said all that, there was still quite a lot to see. Look at all this awesome vintage stuff right over here. You just sift through, look for what you want. What a great setup over here. Look at that, box Captain Power at the bottom. This wall of vintage Transformers. Not something you get the pleasure to see every day. Never get tired of seeing vintage G.I. Joe stuff, but the thing we don't often get here is vintage Action Force with the SAS Panther and the missile system. That is freaking awesome. Look at this. Ninjor in Classics scale. Still sealed in the package. These Mikos here are just awesome.
Do you collect Battle Beasts?
I don't do Battle Beasts presently.
Oh, I just got 2 big collections.
Oh, that's awesome.
Getting a massive Star Wars collection on the 50th.
You're always getting collections, man. Look at this Brave Star and all this other stuff. Got some good 90s Joes here. Had a bunch of these as a kid. And I know I've run into him a few times before just when I'm out shopping for toys, but I did happen to see Ryan Dole from, well, he's been in a few places. He runs Gotham City Tonight, he is a co-host on Toy Anxiety, and an occasional host on the Geek Dad Life Toy Geeks show on Sunday nights. And let's just say that I had this whole plan of how I was going to, in a very smart-ass fashion, troll Ryan Dole. That did not rhyme on purpose, but I had this whole plan to kind of go up and start trolling him, and let's just say that well, I'll let you see what happened.
So this guy's a disgrace to the G.I. Joe collecting community. I think we all know that. He doesn't seem to realize that cold weather heroes all come from Canada, and he still is on this thing of like, there's like American ones, and I'm just like, dude, you sound like so fucking dumb right now. And now here he is, he's gonna try and sell me shit. He's gonna try and do this video like, oh hey, look who's here. I'm here at this toy show in Cloverdale with Dole from Toy Anxiety. Guess what, Ken? You don't know shit. And I've realized that when you're on Toy Geeks, you're trying to call me out. So guess what? I'm getting taken away by this child, and you're lucky. You got saved by a child. A child!
I had a whole spiel planned, and he totally just cut me off right then and there. So I'll have to make another lap, and I forget what I was trying to sell him. Probably nothing good. So I try to troll someone, and I get reverse trolled. Is that a thing now? Reverse trolling, or did we just make that up here on the spot? I mean, you can literally see the moment when I'm about to have a go at him, but he happens to beat me to the punch and go all wrestling promo on me. I guess that's what I get for trying to match wits with someone who can think on the spot that quickly. On another note, I do owe him a bit of an apology because I bought all the good stuff before he came in. He's being pulled away by a child.
Oh, just like every other vendor at a toy show?
And just like every toy show we've ever been to together.
Yeah.
Now, what likely would have been my big find of the show was an item that I had made plans to get, which is the Tyrannosaurus Rex from the 1987 Masters of the Universe Powers of Grayskull line. They're kind of rare, and I had made plans to meet with the owner of the item and make the purchase, and I hadn't transferred the funds over yet, but unfortunately there was a bit of a mishap before we met up, and it was no one's fault really, but the item had a bit of a condition issue, so I'll let you have a look at it. So here's the Motu Powers of Grayskull. Almost bought him, but he's cracked, got a cracked foot at the bottom unfortunately. So close, but otherwise this would have been a good purchase for me. So in the end, I didn't end up getting the item. Now, it is the same seller who sold me the Motu Bionatops over here, and I think he has another Tyrannosaurus Rex, so it will be mine someday. Many hardcore Motu fans know that the dinosaurs from that 1987 Powers of Grayskull line, namely Tyrannosaurus Rex, Turbodactyl, and Bionatops, are very desirable, so it's my hope one day to own all three. I was also supposed to get some Exo Squad items at this particular show, but I wasn't able to meet the seller on time, and I think we're going to meet at a later date. So this toy show haul was a little bit lighter than my usual. Having said that, I'm still optimistic that I'm going to get the things that I want. Looking at my haul here a little bit, a couple deals fell through, but I decided to dip the toe in the water a little bit deeper with TMNT and managed to get Rocksteady and Foot Soldier here. They're both actually complete, so both got all their accessories here. And oops, managed to drop one. And ended up getting a replacement copy of my Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary Edition because my copy of the disc is actually broken, like not scratched, but actually broken. So good to get this so we can play a little bit of a multiplayer at home. So yeah, relatively happy with this. Wish I could have gone home with that Motu dinosaur or the Exo Squad stuff that I thought was gonna arrive today, but did not arrive. But it's all good. Happy enough with this. So as you can see, even though I mentioned that this show isn't as large as some of the other ones that I've been to, there's still quite a lot to tempt you between boxed items, high-end loose items, stuff that could help complete a collection. It really just goes on and on. Not to mention just how many memories that all of this just happens to bring back and happen to jog your memory from your childhood. Look at that. I used to rent these at the video store as a kid. That is awesome. You get some original issues of the Transformers here. Oh, look at that, issue number 2. So there's the Bengali Thundercats The hammer, you don't see that complete every single day. Spotting, so that's probably why he's affected the value a little bit. Oh, so you got the Megazord that I was looking at.
Yep. It was it's an awesome toy.
Awesome toy. I heard you got a good price on it as well.
Yeah, not bad. I'm just happy to get it.
No, it's all good, man. I got one at home, but the box was like tempting me. But hey, congrats on a great purchase, man.
No, thank you, as usual.
Awesome, man. See you at the next show. Man, 1993. Anyway, I'll stop holding your toy. Take care, man.
Thank you.
So right here is some of the Robotech items by Toynami. Wow, look at these. Some of the better Hasbro wrestlers here. This one's signed by Hacksaw Jim Duggan. So you think Ryan would be pissed if I lowballed him for that Generation 2 Megatron?
Oh, it's not Ryan's, it's Trevor's.
It's Trevor's. Well, I don't want to lowball Trevor. I'll definitely lowball Ryan. Now I do want to add that if you happen to be enjoying this video, please make sure you're subscribed to the channel, press that like button, and ring that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any future Toy Connections video content. Yes, it's a small effort for you, but it'll go a long way towards helping me with growing this channel.
You're documenting the Snake Mountain.
There was a Snake Mountain there. I'm guessing it's sold.
Yeah, $10.
10, but whoa, we're recording this. we can't lower the price. Actually, you know what? Everybody from now on, sell your Snake Mountains for $10.
He sang me, what did he sing me again? He sang me a song for it with the voice modulator.
He really sang you a song for it.
Yeah.
With a non-working microphone.
No, the microphone worked. He sang it.
I'm just giving you a hard time. Vintage mask. Right next to some vintage Star Wars. Wow. Got some loose G1s here. Stuff that's, you got some stuff that's either complete or almost complete. A whole bunch of Joes here. You got vintage Cops and Crooks here. A couple of long arms. Ooh, Buttons McBoom Boom with the hat and the case. Ultimately, it was great to try out a show that was more in the suburb region of Vancouver, as I normally attend shows either in central Vancouver or head over to Vancouver Island by taking the ferry. And when I'm not there, it's usually the annual Joe Fest trip in Georgia that I'm at. Thus, getting to see a different crowd while still meeting with people I'm familiar with was definitely a lot of fun. And it'll be interesting to see what direction this show takes in terms of expansion, as well as how soon it'll be before we see another one that's run specifically in this building. The foot traffic was honestly a little bit on and off throughout the day, but there was enough attendance to keep the vendors that I normally associate with busy enough such that the vendors I spoke to did say they'd certainly consider coming back to set their booths up again in the future. And of course, I do intend to follow up on those items that I mentioned earlier that I wasn't able to snag right here on the spot. And a few of the boxed items were quite tempting, as it's always fun to walk by and see an item that you haven't seen in a while, or in some cases, items that you haven't seen at all before at any of these shows. And before I go, one more thing. Ryan Dole, in case you were wondering, that was me who double parked your car in the parking lot this morning. Anyway, see you next time. And if you happen to like this video, don't go anywhere just yet. I'm gonna put another toy hunt that you can click on right over here, or to have a look at some toy histories, you can click on this playlist right over here. And with that, thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Take care.